Hey guys, this is Jim Escott. I'm the current state training director, and I want to show you how to fill out the form MI-19 or the new council activity tracker or CAT form used for councils to document their plans for recruiting events for the next 6 months. So let me walk right into it. Let me share my screen. Okay, so let's talk about these two activities. We're going to go through an overview. What's the definition of a recruiting event, and either filling out the MI-19 or the CAT form. My preference is to use the new CAT form, but I know some of you are a little old-fashioned and change doesn't really interest you much. So if you still want to fill out the old-fashioned MI-19 form, we'll accept that as well. So the overview, all councils should be doing recruiting. Council should hold 6 recruiting events per year. We have 4 major recruiting events that are scheduled for this coming year, late August, in October, January, and Easter. And then there's also the fraternal benefit nights, which also count because if you invite non-members, those can be very good recruiting events. So you should do at least 6, but you don't have to do a minimum. If you want to do more, you're more than welcome to. And the CAT form or the MI-19 is a way to document your plans and let the state know what your recruiting plans are. So what's the definition of a recruiting event? I ran into this 6 months ago as I looked through the MI-19s. Good things to document are if you have a membership event like a church drive or a Delta drive at your church, those absolutely count. Then there's the 4 faith and action categories of faith, family, community, and life. Any of those where you invite non-members to attend those activities, those are great places to do recruiting. And then, of course, last but not least is the fraternal benefit seminars. Just make sure that you work with your field agent and you do advertising in your church bulletin and those sorts of things so that non-members can attend as well. Some things I've seen that I just want you to be careful of. Exemplifications are really exemplifications. Those are done after you've done a recruiting drive and have men who are interested in joining. They then do an exemplification. So I would prefer you do not put exemplifications on the MI-19 or the CAT form. Also be careful with repeat events. I saw a couple councils last time that do a pancake breakfast at their church once a month. So they just put pancake breakfast down July, August, September, October, November, and December, and didn't have any other plans to do any other recruiting. That's a little inappropriate. So if you could just be careful with that. I don't mind you putting pancake breakfast down as one event, but just don't mark it as the only thing that you're doing from a recruiting perspective. And then I've seen also some councils do some things like they put a ad in their church bulletin. That's a good thing to do. I'm not trying to discourage that, but it's really not a recruiting event where you're asking people to join. So just be careful with those sorts of things. So moving on, the MI-19, you should all be familiar with this. The state of Michigan has used this for at least 10 years. I'll show you where the link is. It's also out on the Michigan State website. It'll go out to you, all the district deputies at least, in an email for you to have. I would copy that form, maybe save it on your computer so you can just refill it out whenever you need to. And the fillable PDF, as you get that link, is just get it, download it, save it, fill it out, and save it, and then email it to 3 places, forms@mikfc.org. Your district deputy should have a copy, and myself as Jim Escott should have a copy. I'll show you later how to get to the links to find it, but here's a copy on the right of what the form looks like. Now, the new activity is called the Council Activity Tracker. It's basically an electronic version of the MI-19 form. So I'll go through where the link is. It is out on the Michigan State website. You might want to save this to your favorites so that as you add a new membership recruiting activity, you can just click on that link and fill in the blanks. When you do click on the link, it looks like this over here on the right. You basically just put in your council number, district number, diocese, basically fill in the blanks. It's pretty self-explanatory. When they're all filled in, you just click submit and it saves it to the database. It's there for your district deputy to see, the state to see. So basically, once you do submit here, you don't have to send copies to a whole bunch of different people. So it's really pretty easy and straightforward. So just real quickly, what are the benefits of using this new council activity tracker? It is a quick entry form. It's a lot faster and easier to fill out than the old-fashioned MI-19. You can copy previous events that you did last year, so you don't have to re-enter all that information to save as new to a new one. It automatically communicates to your district deputy, the state diocesan directors, and all sorts of other people, so there's no need to submit a form. And it's very easy to update. The old MI-19, once you turn it in, it's kind of gets old after a couple of months, and you change dates and change activities. Council activity tracker is something you can update on an ongoing basis very easily. And it's also a good way to see a history of what recruiting events your council has done in the past to see what sorts of things you should be doing in the future. It also benefits your district deputies. It's a great report for them to see what membership activities are coming up. DDs then, once they see all this, can plan accordingly to either participate, report on those activities, and assist councils as necessary. And it's also a great way of finding information. Those old MI-19s were paper, they were easy to lose. It's a database that is online and very easy to get to. So now let me stop my share and share a different screen. So hopefully you can see the Michigan State website. This is where you'll find these forms. So they're really kind of kept in a couple places, but if I go under resources and then scroll on down here to under forms, you'll see council forms. And right here is the membership recruitment and program action plan MI-19. So if you click on this, it opens up the MI-19 form. It is a fillable PDF. You can fill all this stuff in, save it to your hard drive, and then email it out as you wish. So you can do it that way. Or once you're here, if I scroll down here just a little bit, you'll see 3 different links for CAT, Council Activity Tracker. If you want to enter a new recruiting event, which I'm asking you to do now, you click on this. Once you've got a bunch in there and you want to update them, delete them, make changes, you can click on this item. It's a little more complicated, so I'm going to go through some training on that later. And if you just want to see what's all out there, you can view, this is a read-only report that shows you what's coming up. But this is the one where you enter your new recruiting events. You just click on this, comes up very quickly. You put in council member 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be in District 224. It's going to be in the Gaylord Diocese. The activity name is a Delta Drive. The Faith and Action activity, I told you, you can either have a faith, family, community, or life activity, a membership drive, or an insurance fraternal benefit night. Delta Drive is a membership event, so I'll pick that. The location is going to be at Holy Family in, say, Railing. Activity description, it's pretty self-explanatory with what I've got there, but it's a Delta Drive and all masses. Saturday and Sunday. The date of the activity is going to be on June 23rd, 2022. It's going to start at the first Mass, so you could just say back and say 7 o'clock p.m. on Saturday, which is when the first Mass is. And then the coordinator is the person that's in charge of this Delta Drive for your council. I'll just put my own name in. And then you click submit, and poof, it's out there in the database and you're done. Since you're supposed to do 6 a year, or really 3 a quarter, just make sure you fill this out at least 3 times. That's how that works. If you have any questions, get back to me and let me know. But I'd be more than glad to help you if you need help. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye.